Welcome, weirdos and weirdettes. It's me, Haunted. Sorry about that. We were a little distracted. Today we're going to be working on Pearl Musgrove. Yeah, we're going to start on that here in just 1 second. Let me get this last command in here. And we're good to go. Okay. So how is everybody doing today? Let me get over there. Okay, I can see things now. Was not able to see chat before. Okay. So we got a primed black. Good Lord. Most of the time I paint prime gray, but gray was not handy, so we did black. Trying to figure out how we want to do her. I'm assuming we're going to do some blue jeans underneath those chaps and leather chaps. Maybe black vest and a dungaree shirt, or a brown vest and dungaree shirt. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. No problem. I'm so sorry that messed your day up. Busy. Go on. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to get some skin tone down. Man, he's just not going to be quiet today, folks. I'm sorry. Everything I've tried has just made him yowl louder. Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of like that fishing saying, even a bad day fishing is better than a good day at work, kind of thing. Kind of that with what you're dealing with when you work as a toy soldier company. And we're going on a little dark here because we're going to have to work it up gently, because this is a black base. So your flesh tones would take about 11 billion coats. So we're just going to start with a deep dark red and work our way up there from there. And I did actually not, I did not finish up old Parker Dead Man Walking. I still got to do his little bandoliers. Once those are done, we'll get them all based up together and take some photos. I got some cacti and stuff and some hoodoo rocks on the printer right now. So that will be used for the basing. So they'll look appropriately westerny. And Weird Hobbies, I can still hear your keys. Just an FYI. Okay. All right. Got that first coat on there. We'll leave that. This is probably one of my favorite colors for getting a color down. That's kind of in line with it because it has such good coverage. I use this for the base of my reds. I use it for a base of flesh tones if I'm going to go over a black surface. This black red is just lovely. Such good coverage. Seeing people complain that multiple layers end up chalky for them on skin tone. Any advice for that? Moisture. If you got chalk, you're not got enough water in your paint. That's basically all it boils down to. So thinner paint, more layers is the best advice. Now, working that way is tough to do because you have a very wet medium on a very small space, which these miniatures are incredibly small. So control is going to be your friend, but that takes a while to get. So. Okay. I think we said we're going to do dungaree shirt under the vest. Let's go with that. Where are we at? Looking for my dungaree color. Where are you? It's hiding, folks. It's 100% hiding from me. I see the lighter color, but not the base color. Oh. Well, there it is. Way off to the side. It's Are you talking about how paints walk off on you? Or are you talking about when skin tones get chalky? Either sucks. But when paints walk off, yeah, that one's tough. Yeah, when paints walk off. I still have not found that red wash, folks. Remember, I was looking for my red wash when we were working on Parker. I still have not found it. I don't know where it is. I haven't looked under the wheeled portions of my desk. Like I look under the direct center where my feet go, but not like underneath the sides where the wheels are. That's where it's probably on it, just rolled up under. This is a dark Reaper blue. This is the first color of our dungaree. We did this on a Parker Dead Man as well. It only makes sense that they would be wearing the same color shirt, I guess. I don't know. My head canon, that's the way that's going to work. Oh no? What happened? Oh, about my missing wash? Yeah. It's okay. I mean, I don't use washes that much anymore. But when you want it, you really want it, you know? You don't want to go looking for it. So it has been kind of annoying in that fact. Okay, we're probably going to end up putting a bit of a second coat on this relatively quick because going over black, of course, is very, very dark. That's one of the things I'm not a big fan of the black primer. It tends to darken things down. Great if you're going for a grim dark look, but I like to paint much brighter. Happy little models. So I tend to go with a gray or white primer. It definitely affects the overall tone of the colors underneath. Even if you do full coverage, like if you really slap the paint down and you cover it fully, you still have a little bit of a dark undertone that's tinted this toward a darker color. Now, Pearl is she's kind of wobbly on that little foot. So I said we got some parts printing, and I got a big cacti, with the two arms on either side or whatever, printing up. That's going to go behind her, so I can pick her up via the cactus, and not have to worry about snapping her little foot or ankle off. Also, I normally work in order of skin outward, and I am jumping a little bit ahead because the skin isn't done yet, obviously. Just try and keep things under control when we do start working on that skin. Don't want to get too far over on our dungaree color, or get our dungaree too far over on the skin, right? All right, I'll switch to a little smaller brush here and do her neckline. She does have a collar and a necktie. That necktie is going to be insanely fun to paint. It's very small. There's the V in the vest and part of the necktie there. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. Okay, that's got that there. And we get that little bit around her waist. I thought at first that was bare skin, but I do believe that's just a shirt that's gone down, like tucked into her pants, which is good. Why did we just use the skin tone? Mistakes were made, folks. Just the word out of my mouth was skin tone. I thought it was skin tone, so therefore I put skin tone down. Whoops. No, it's supposed to be the dungaree color. Sorry, guys. 100% consummate professional. Hey, under construction. Huh. Never thought about pigments being a problem with it. I just always thought it was a dilution problem. Or at least that's what works for me. How you doing, Dragon Legion? Welcome in. I'm not really sure now on the pants what I want to do. What I want to do blue jeans because we're doing a dungaree shirt. What did we do on him? I think we did brown pants, but he didn't have chaps, right? Let's look at the picture real quick. Here at the store. Go take a look. Outcasts. Oh, okay. She's wearing brown pants and red chaps. Okay. Or reddish leather chap. We could do that. Certainly different. So I've not seen much in the way of red leather before. We can do that. You love a good gruel. Nice. Got off a grueling work session, heading home. Very cool. I'm glad you're done with work. And glad you decided to hang out with us while you're on your way home from work. Even better. Just be safe while you're doing it. Keep that hands free or whatever. How did I get that transferred to my fingers? I don't know. All right. So let's drop a little brown here. Not driving, obviously. So you can okay. So are you on a public transportation, metro or something like that? Yeah, I would love to be able to take a public transportation to work, so I could sit there and do other things besides deal with stupid drivers. Because good googly woogly, people cannot drive. They couldn't drive before the pandemic, and they really can't drive now. They have just forgotten what that is. Pepe's wholesale gruel flavor is my favorite. Siblings driving you since you don't have your license yet. Okay. I was kind of late. I think I was 17 and a half before I got my license, because it took me a bit to save up for a car. I wasn't one of those ones that got, the 16th birthday, license and car thing. That just wasn't in the cards for me. That's for Hollywood movies. Okay, now we're going to come back in with that same red or black red that we're using on the skin tone and start up her chaps. Well, since she's so colorful with the red leather chaps, what do we want to do the fringe? We want to do the fringe blue. Or we want to do it like a natural, almost pale white color, with the inside of a piece of suede or whatever. '21 is rapidly approaching. Wow. Wow. Well, early congrats on the 21st year of birth, celebration of birth. Look at that. edge there. Whoops, we just had a brush slippage right up under that brown. Fantastic. Exactly where we wanted it. That's okay. Won't take nothing to fix it. I realize she's still pretty dark, guys, but she'll start to lighten up soon. Once we get these base coats down, we'll start moving to the highlights, and you'll start seeing it a little bit more then. Oh, we got those dark colors on here, so that's Lou Hale, thank you for that follow. Actually saw that one. Yay. Hey, McBluff, how are you doing? Good to see you. Is that true? Is 33 actually 21 or was 21 in the lore? Doing pretty good. Finally able to paint again, which is nice. Well, I was able to start painting again basically Monday night. But first time back for weird doing it. Just making a joke. Okay. Okay. All right. I didn't know. I mean, I'm not a lore bunny. So when people say stuff like that, I'm like, is that for real? Okay. And I file it away for later and then get judged harshly. That's why I was verifying. We got a clog already. How about that? Making me question who makes pine boxes for the death marshals, and if Nicodem ever had any hand in it. Maybe a few of them are faulty. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got some more of my black red. continue cutting this in a little bit here. It looks like that's mostly rope and fringe on the sides. I don't think we actually have to deal with the chaps over there, which is good. So I'm still questioning the red leather chaps. I don't think I've ever seen red leather chaps, but it's on the packaging, so that's what we're going with. Although I've seen red leather boots, so I don't know. It could happen. Just never seen anybody else that was extra enough to need red leather chaps. Where they got a whole process of becoming a death marshal in one book, and maybe they covered it. I have to go check. You have orange and yellow ostrich leather boots. Nice. Okay. I just, like I said, I've never seen red leather chaps. And I mean, I've seen, lots of different color leathers. I know dyeing is possible for them. I've just never seen red leather chaps. And I knew some people in the fetish side of things never saw it. So I remember building a friend's dad's Harley. They'd gotten the big saddle boys, the FXLT or whatever they're called. Anyways, one of those big boys. We'd put the air ride airlift suspension in it, and new wheels and new forks, and basically rebuilt the entire bike. And when we picked out the color, we went with this metallic tangerine sunset color, and then did a natural ostrich leather seat, and it was the most gorgeous bike. So pretty. Yeah, I miss building bikes. Don't have the money to build it myself, but I sure can spend somebody else's money to build one. Yeah, some nice Edwardian-esque boots from Alt Mostly Goth clothing store in the French Quarter. And yeah, goth shirt. Yeah, God. That's nice. I like that. All right. So we're getting a little bit of that color finally. Got some saturation there. All right. We're going to come back in with our shirt color, work on that just a wee bit, especially back here where we mistakenly put skin tone down. Gothabilly. like the good old vanilla goths and the techno goths. Those were my favorites. You feel old because I was doing interesting information. Don't feel bad. Know those feels. You get them quite often. I still have to catch myself thinking 1990 was 10 years ago. It's not. Okay, so we got the second coat there, that blue on the sleeves. Let's get it on the neckline here. And then we're going to go back and work on our flash. Spiridine is in fact 1990 was 10 years ago. 2000 was 10 years ago. That's was certainly. Well, I mean, it's it was definitely a decade ago, just a couple decades ago. Okay. Let's see here. Did I say we're going to work on that neckline? That's what we're doing. Yep. Let's do that. I'm about to take that hat off because I keep bumping it with my finger. So I'm just going to move it here in a second. Whoop. Oh. Whoops. I have her in a little token box for well, it's actually a coin holder. Yeah. Well, you opened just a second ago. Why not now? We'll put a little dab of there we go. That's what I was after. Put a little dab of Plastitac there. And then we don't have to worry about it coming back open again. Although when I was trying to do that, it was making it insanely difficult. If you really want to feel old, if Smashing Pumpkins would make their hit 1979 with the same time difference from when it was released, because oh wow. I really don't need to hear things like that. Man. You're 3D printing a Mandalorian armor suit? Very cool. Very cool. Well, I know I was very seriously considering purchasing Pub's big printer so that I could do a set of trooper armor. So, but I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. I mean, it's insanely cheaper than it would be to buy one, but it's still a chunk of change. So I don't know if I'm going to buy it or not, but I've been thinking about it. Because his printer will make a helmet in a single pass. The chest pieces have to be broken into two or four pieces, depending on width. But all the other pieces it can print as one, and that's a pretty large bed there. Well, the price he quoted me is actually less than that, so it's not bad, because I think he paid $2,300 for it when it was new, and he's given me a discount, of course, because we've known each other for 30 years. So yeah. Well, his may as well be new because he never got around to using it for what it was intended for. We're going to have to make about 3 or 4 coats of this, I think. This is a Reaper Tan Shadow here. Main thing is I'm going to have to figure out a way to level, because those you have to physically level, like they have to be level to the horizon kind of thing. Otherwise, they don't print. Resin printers, you don't really have to level. They call it leveling, but all you're doing is zeroing out home. But on filament printers, you actually have to like level them, I think. So I got to figure out some sort of table that's sturdy enough and solid enough that won't move with it. And get it nice and level. A little like in the Joker here, isn't she? The patchy face going on. She has some like hella dimples, man. Not a cosplayer myself, but I do appreciate the craft. Yeah, I do too. I would love to be able to do some cosplay. I myself, I am not in the shape for cosplaying. I mean, yes, round is a shape, but you know, I want to look fairly accurate to most of the people that are portrayed, and there aren't many plus size heroes. So what I need is somebody that has a physique and has the money that wants to do cosplay, and then I will do cosplay costumes for them for fee, a small phenomenal fee. Reprinting the helmet because it was just a bit too small. My nose came to the edge of the mouthpiece on the outside. Ah, okay. Gotcha. You see how that went down so much easier now with that red base? The flesh tone on her face went down a lot better. We would have been struggling with that for 10 years if we hadn't done that red base. We'll have to tidy those up a little bit later when we start working on the gun. All right, there we go. Get the skin-based shadow in. Hopefully with new measurements, I have a helmet that fits. Yeah, let's hope so. Okie dokie. I gotta say, I kind of want to do her vest black, but at the same time, I'm like, well, we got so many other colors. Let's keep it brown to match the pants. So that's probably what we'll end up doing. So let's go ahead and start blocking that in. It's a shame. I wanted to do it black. But we don't want her to look like she was painted in an exploding paint factory. Don't want to waste another 7. Yeah, that would be bad. Although it's not as bad as having a failed resin print, believe me. That stuff's priced like gold. Especially on larger prints, like tanks and stuff. No, you do not want failures there. Got a little bit on the sleeve there. We'll touch that up in a second. So, talking about movies, I finally saw The Man Who Fell to Earth, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. Bill Nighy, though, is looking rough with a capital RUFF, man. He is looking bad. Love him as an actor, but he looks like he's about 180 years old in it. I'm trying to get that nice little swoop here. He had 3 failures halfway through before I realized the vat was scratched to hell, so I had to replace. Oh. That is bad. How did you scratch the vat? That's not easy to do, man. Was your build plate not solidly fixed? Or were you using one of those magnetic slap pads? Because those can cause it, I guess. Because they can shift a little bit. But yeah, if you guys have not seen The Man Who Fell to Earth, definitely want to see it. Especially if you saw the one with David Bowie in it. What was it, 1979, 1983, 4, somewhere around there. Because this is not a reboot, but literally a continuation of that one, which is really cool. And Bill Nighy plays David Bowie's character. Because obviously David Bowie is no longer with us. But yeah, very much enjoyed it. Chiwetel, or however you say his name, the guy that plays the new alien, he's an amazing actor. I've seen him in so many things. Probably most prominent ones are he was the operative on Serenity, or in Serenity the movie. I always thought he was a bounty hunter, but he's technically an operative for the bad guys. And he also played the main character in Kinky Boots, which I think was the first place I saw him as an actor. And he really plays this alien up so well. The first few, scenes with him is basically kind of like from Starman. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. Jeff Bridges. But yeah, I got that same level of confusion and, adapting to human stuff. It's pretty funny. Might not have been scratches, or maybe like small amounts of resin left over. Oh yeah, that I get you. Now those small pieces of resin left behind by mini failures, just tiny failures where support didn't work, and it's not an overall fail, but yeah, those pieces will mess you up. They'll either puncture the FET or hold the build plate off and not let your model print. Yeah, those are not good. Starman. Yeah. What did I say? Did I say something else? I thought I said Starman. I could be wrong. All right. So we got those basic colors down. Go ahead and color the stock of the butt too, because it's brown as well. I think they did a mini series for Starman, didn't they? And it was just it didn't capture the same feel as the original, as the movie. Pretty sure they did. Especially love the driving lesson. Red light, stop. Green light, go. Yellow light, go very fast. Yeah. That was good. Okay. I'm going to let that dry just a wee little bit. Slap a little bit of this blue on these barrels too. There we go. Okay, let's get some get a little bit of Mephiston and some of that black red. We're going to work on those chappies a little bit. Are you for real? It is clogged again, folks. Jeez, my ninny. This is some clogging paint, man. Quit clogging. Hammy. I've got a gnat that's decided he needs my wet palette to survive. So don't be surprised when I paint a gnat into my miniature somehow. Okay, now I'm about where I want it mix-wise. So this is a mixture of black red and Mephiston. About 66-33 on the black red to Mephiston. Make sure we get it over these stitch areas here. Here where it attaches a little bit. Then get down here at the calf, where it bulges out a little bit. We won't do any really down here below the kneecap on this side. We'll just go around to the other side. That's exposed to the sun a little bit better. And drop some more. Because we want to, apply some shadows. So that's what we're doing here. Okay, now we're gonna pull in mostly Mephiston here and hit some of our brighter spots and wrinkles and such. those little ridges on the things. A couple little wrinkles here we'll catch. Okay. Catch that right there. Catch these wrinkles back here. Around the leg, the hem. That's the word I was looking for. This is probably going to be about it for the pants legs. We may kind of put a little bit of Evil Sun's red, maybe a tiny little mix of a Wild Rider in here, just for a little bit of highlight. I'm wanting these to kind of read as a very dark red. And they'll only, be red, like where they're stretched or whatever. I don't want them to come out like primary red. And just FYI, we have definitely broken our little protocol of doing inside colors first, then outside colors. We'll make things a little more difficult, but we'll manage. Okay. So let's get some Dubai brown and a little Rhinox hide. I'll do some highlighting on that brown leather now. Okay. Seems like I need to do a little bit of blendy here. Okay. Wow. That Dubai has a lot of lighter color pigments in it. One drop of it to the one drop of Rhinox basically is still Dubai brown. don't have a whole lot of a booty to simulate curves with on the back there. We did what we could. Bring that color in here on that vest as well, primarily on these raised and stretched parts like the shoulder blades and stuff. Get the upper torso there. Catch that line. Okay. Now, come in with that. Basically, this is just Dubai brown now. And then we'll take the previous color, kind of smudge the two together. Okay. Okay. And again, we'll do the same thing. Bring the previous color back in and blend those in together a little bit. Where's my evil sons? There it is. Are you clogged too? Yeah, you're clogged too, because why not, right? Everything else is clogged. Why not you be clogged too? It's almost out. It's about time for a new bottle anyway, so that's not a horrible one. But what bothers me is it's happening on bottles that I use like all the time. So why are they clogging so bad? That's basically what I said. Why not? Because why not? But I wish I had a real reason for it. It would be nice. Also, I am looking for recommendations on good brushes again. I have loved my Broken Toad since they first started putting brushes out, which was pre-pandemic. But something has changed, and they are no longer the brush I used to know. They splay and fray immediately as soon as you take the starch out of them. They're soft. They have no snap. I don't like them anymore, which sucks because I bought 10 of them in January so that I'd have enough to last me through any shortages or whatever. But they're just garbage. I don't like them. So I have been on the prowl for new brushes, and so far I'm not really hearing anything consistently good about anyone's brushes. Some people like Raphael, some people like Da Vinci, some people like, Winsor Newton. But then there's, for every person that likes them, there's 10 or more people that are having problems with them. So I'm very leery right now of buying into any other brush. But I need brushes. I need good brushes. I've been thinking about trying Game Envy because even though they're not like, I know they're not super high end, they're only like $8 or $9 brushes, but I've heard good things about them, and I figure $8 or $9 I can afford to buy a few and have them die after a week or two of use than spending $15 plus on one of these. So, and having them bad right out of the box. All right. Let's see here. Let's take that Dubai up a little bit lighter, and we don't want to add white to it or ivory to it because it tends to take it a weird pinky brown. So what we're adding is mustard yellow, Sahara yellow. line here. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a seam on the pants or a seam on the model. Or hopefully not one on the model, because that was something I forgot then. Okay, so I'm going to come back in here and pull a little shadow back into that again. So you pulled it a little too far out too quick. Here we go. Okay. Do a little bit up here. A little bit down here on this vest, just kind of edging it. Hey, Weird Hobbies, are you still around? Quick question. If when I come back the following week, or not next week, but the week after, or the first Wednesday of next month, to finish working on this, and I finish her up and can start on the base, is it okay if I work on the base because this 3D printed parts that aren't weirds? Or is that something that you'd rather me not do? I can always, jump to another weird project. I just wanted to make sure it was okay if I did that. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you very much. Put that back in a little bit. Some of that Dubai. I thought at one point, maybe my problem with the brushes might be the fact that, I'm a brush licker, so I'm always sticking my brush in my mouth and drawing it to a point. And there are some people that say that the saliva is bad for the bristles. They're natural hair bristles, and your saliva is designed to break down proteins. So it's possible, they're not wrong that it is bad for it. But I made sure I opened up a brand new brush, had not stuck it in my mouth once, and still having the same problems with the splaying and stuff. So it's definitely not just the saliva issue. I'm using Broken Toad. These are the ones I've used for quite some time. I love them, but they're just not. Cowhide print chats. Big Jake has them in Frontiersman. They literally cannot resist. That I did not even think about that. I should have, but I pulled her picture up off the box, And the box shows her with a dungaree shirt, brown vest, brown pants, red chaps. So that's what we did. We had a bit of a discussion though about the red chaps. Just wasn't sure if that was a thing. Never had seen them before. I think that's supposed to be like a shotgun holster. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's start working on that skin tone a bit. We kind of neglected it, so let's go back to it real quick. We're going to get out some Aguila Monflesh. Actually, you know what? Let's do Franklin. I don't want it to be super duper dark. Okay. I had been one of the people I follow. I can't remember her name, but she's a really, really good artist. She recommended Da Vinci Series 70 Maestros. Um, so they have a really, really sharp tip and they're pretty stiff, almost akin to wolf bristle, but still have a little softness that they can bend and flex for blending and stuff. But I cannot find those. At least not the size 2. I wish they made smaller, but apparently size 2 is as small as they go. But that's the only one I've really seen that really piqued my interest. Been listening to old BuzzFeed unsolved episodes in preparation for the new series and working on a commission. Nice, very cool. If we ever get a group going that has good chemistry going, I may have to talk to you, McBluff, about a D&D party shot. Getting a game, it's been hard enough getting a game where everybody likes each other and works well together and plays together, meshes well. That's just like a freaking unicorn. It's just impossible. But if it happens again, definitely be contacting you. The claw is looking for ivory. The claw. Sorry. No, I've been trying to find a group. I'd love to run D&D again, but I don't have the time for it, especially when you put all the work into it and your players just go in the ass end opposite way of what you plan for them to go. I just can't deal with that anymore. I don't need that stress. I don't need that. Plus, it seems like all I get are these super optimized builds. You know, basically, you have to throw god level stuff at them to threaten them. So either one or two things happen in every encounter: either they die, it's a fucking white, or they just face roll it and are like, oh, well, that was easy. Let's do something else now. So, it's very hard to balance for groups of power gamers. Just kill them and be like, are you not entertained? There we go. That's it. I'll just add that sound bite to my stream deck. That's what we'll do. Yeah, well, see, finding a DM is tough. Finding a group in a DM is tough, but finding the DM is hard enough. And like I said, getting a group that works well together is just as tough. Either for attitude reasons or for scheduling reasons. Scheduling's the big killer. I mean, getting 5-6 people together at the same time is ridiculously difficult these days, which is surprising considering we have all these lovely online tools now where we don't even have to drive to one another. So you'd have no excuse for gas prices or traffic or any of that BS. And we still can't get together for some reason. It's just, I don't know. We have all these lovely tools and still can't. Scheduling still kills groups. So got our eyes in there now. Sorry if any of that was off camera. I may have pulled off. I'm sorry. It's hard to do those little bitty things when you're not right up on them. If you're just starting to roleplay, you can always hire a DM either with a group or join. Yeah, but who wants to spend money to play a game when you already got money that you have to throw at your other games? Not saying that some DMs aren't worth it, but again, it's kind of like the brush thing. How do you know? Trying to think. I think she's actually got some teeth showing. We're going to try and do this real quick. She looks a bit like the Joker right now. We're going to look even more like it when I put the lipstick on, right? Got that maniacal glee in her eye. Woohoo! I'm shooting people. Yay. You can go to online convention that Roll20 hosts and try some pro DMs out. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's get this. Need to pull a little bit of that red over here to our flesh pool. Now, I am going to pull out the big spectacles here for this. That is true. I mean, it does take a special kind of person that can DM. So I used to love doing it. It's hard now, time wise. When time wasn't a factor, it was easy enough to do. Okay, where is my highlight? Hey, Virik, how are you doing, man? Welcome in. You're the only other weird painter I've seen in here today. I haven't seen no Doug or nobody else. Congratulations. Been a crazy busy week. Yeah. I think it's been that way for everybody. Yeah, it always seems to be, fall seems to be that, or on the juxtaposition of fall, end of summer, always seems to be like a busy time. Everybody's trying to like catch up on those last vacation plans, their last whatever plans. It's always a busy time. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think I've seen somebody paint it on or in a weird place. It was the dude that did the kind of monochrome Dead Man Walking. I think he painted her up. It was like basically just like gray with like the orange and the yellow kind of like dry brush on the high points is all it was for Parker. But it was an interesting look. And he did her as well, I think. But that's the only other one I think I've seen painted. I was procrastinating here. Did not get those lips like I was planning on doing. Go. We'll actually do a little darker for that top lip because of the the overhang. Just a bare hint here. There we go. I don't know if that helps. Let's see here. See if I can see her face this way. If I can see it real time, I might could get it right. Yeah, oh well. It was worth a shot. I want y'all to see what her face actually looked like. All righty. Get a little division right there. Go. Mm-hmm. Use some black. I'll do our hair up real quick. And I think I'll probably do the Dark Reaper highlights on the hair. Not that it's going to have many. It's all pretty much mostly underneath her hat. But we'll do a couple little highlights. Now, does anybody know the lore? Is this supposed to be Parker's daughter? Did I hear that right, or is it somebody else's? Or is there no relation? It's Parker's sister. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I thought there was some relation, but I wasn't sure 100%. Okay. Got that there. Got the face done. See about getting the little edging on that vest here. Okay. Now we're going to work on the shirt some. So we're just going to pull a little bit of the Dark Reaper and just add some ivory to it, I think. That way to keep it kind of in the same tone. Just lighter hue. Now, if we were actually streaming next week for Weird, y'all would have a treat. One, I would be open the daylight because my current setup is in the basement. But next week I'm going to be house sitting, kitty sitting for the parents. So it would be my 3 cats plus their 3 cats. It would be hell on earth. Thankfully, mine has kind of quieted down now. He's got himself parked between my feet, so he feels close, even though I'm not technically paying him attention. So he's settled down now. Thankfully, he was very vocal when we first started up today. Get up there right up near that skin if I can. And same over on this side. Some cat photobombing, that is very, very possible. I do think, since my cat is kind of like a secondary intention point on this stream, that we may set up a camera for him so he can have his 15 minutes every other week. Stream bombing, yep. Searches for foods. I hear you, man. I'm getting rather hungry. I don't know what it is about streaming. I get starving from streaming. Like, I mean, the second I'm done streaming, I'm eating. Even if I can't say even if I've eaten just before, because I mean, most of the time it's about 6 hours by the time I've, settled in, got things ready, started the stream up, and then finished up. So it's usually about 6 hours, but which is not horrible for wanting food again. 6-8 hours roughly. But yeah, I'm just always ravenous when I finish a stream. Usually when I raid, I'll stay about 5 minutes, say, yep, hey, saw you're streaming. Yep, raiding into you. Okay, bye, snack time. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. It's always kind of like, I mean, no matter how much you love streaming, and I do, there's always this kind of low-key stress involved. You're performing. Okay, that's what we're doing here. We're not only having to perform painting, right? So we've got to do our artistic performing there, but we got to perform for an audience. So there's always that kind of low level key, stressing. So yeah. That's exactly it, Varick. Yep. Where? There it is. Woo! Ivory was hiding from me again. Takes control of the brain. Energy needs to be reset with food. Yep. I agree. I do believe that's it. Okay. Now we're going to come in and start working on these wrinkles here. Okay, let's see here. I think, can't tell if that's supposed to be like a flare or a button. We'll put a button there eventually anyways, just in case. But I think it's supposed to be like a split in the cuff. That went a little further than I wanted to, but that's okay. Okay. So we're tracing the line of that collar there. Up here again. All right, now we're going to get around here and do these little wrinkles in the shirt on the back side here. I got to go to Umaido's this past weekend, which, if I haven't mentioned it before, is an excellent little ramen joint in Sewanee, Georgia. One of the other weird employees met me over there, and we headed over to Super H Mart to do a little shopping there because they're right next to one another. and then came home and made a huge batch of kimchi. I feel like we may need a little intermediary bit of highlighting in here. We can always come back and add that later. Super H Mark, Aiden, Bloody Noodles Symphony. Super H Mart is like one of my favorite places to go. I actually prefer the one down in Duluth, the one near the old Mall of Georgia, or not Mall of Georgia, Gwinnett Mall. But it's a lot further drive and a lot harder to get in and out of. So I go to the one in Swanee most of the time. Although there is a Korean supermarket inside the old Gwinnett Mall, like where I think it's Belk's was, if I remember right. And it's actually pretty good. It's a membership one. Like we didn't have a card. They ended up letting us go through anyways because we were like, we don't speak Korean. She ended up she put her own card up there and just scanned it and let us go. But they had some really, really beautiful produce, and they had street food vendors inside. So there was dim sum and all sorts of goodies in there, which I, of course, had to have some of those steamed rice buns or steamed stuffed buns, I guess they're called. Really, really good food. There's like 3 tabletop stores in Duluth, Warhammer Level Up games, and really, well, I knew Level Up. I knew about that one, and I knew about the Warhammer. I thought you were saying inside the Gwinnett Mall. I was like, wow. Kind of surprised they'd be in the Gwinnett Mall. It's about dead. I mean, there's a few little stores kind of in and out. I think, like I said, like the Korean grocery store, but I think by and large it's just a dead store. I've always been a proponent. I think they should turn old unused malls into housing, either for seniors or for low income, because it's just a huge real estate waste, right? So I feel like they should do something useful with it. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. Except I've seen there's one, I think, somewhere in the U.S. or somewhere overseas. I can't remember where it is, but there is one that they actually did as kind of like a prototype. of it, and it looked really cool. Like I said, it's a big waste of real estate, big waste of resources, big waste of engineering, like you said, to just demolish them. Hey, Warlander, how you doing, man? Welcome in. See, that to me sounds like a big waste too, man. No offense. Indoor airsoft, really? When housing is such an important issue, yeah, I'm sorry, that's a waste. All right, so we got the shirt pretty well done. We got the chaps pretty well done. The vest pretty well done. Oh, we totally missed that spot, didn't we? We missed that highlight entirely. So basically what we're going to be down to is we're going to be down to all the buckles and bolts and doodads and stuff that are going to take forever. I don't know. We may just... You didn't say it wasn't. Okay. So, I never really heard anything back on the fringe. I think we're still going to do something like rawhide like. So we're just going to come in with some of this. We still have a little bit, but I'm going to drop a little bit more. Some of this Dubai brown, and then we'll mix something into it to lighten it up. I'm going to do something with the rope too, because it can't be this color. So maybe we'll do it, start it closer to ivory. Jumping out. All right, Varick, have a great night. Thank you for dropping in. Do appreciate that. Do they? They don't actually show any of the fringe on her legs. That's disappointing. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could do them red, but I think that would just be a little too much red then. So I think kind of a raw leather look is fine. Still got an hour left. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Doing pretty good. Good progress here. Sorry, 1 second here. righty. Let's see here. What are we going to do with those? I think we'll just add a little more of that yellow to this color. And we'll do it this way. I need a little bit more than that, huh? Looks good going on, and then it just kind of faded right back out. Let's add just a smidge of white. I think that will get us the hue that we're after. There we go. That's what we wanted, guys and ghouls. Are we going to do anything fun for Halloween streams? Play weird? Are we going to do anything fun for like October streams? Like, even though, we can't all stream on Halloween or whatever, but, do costume streams or Waldo streams or something like that. All right, cool. I know it's kind of short notice because we're almost in October, but figure better now talk about it now than later, right? That would be fun. Great. Awesome. Yeah, I think that works for that fringe. You guys like my thumb palette? Isn't it cool? I love my thumb palette. Okay, we're just working up that fringe here. We got to go back and do the little straps on the cuffs of the pants as well with this. I think it would look better keeping it in line with what we've already done. Okay. Come back in with that plain old Dubai brown. I'm going to color the middle with it. Okay, now I'm going to get this other color that we just mixed up. We're going to go back and touch up the ends to show like tension of them being, folded back over to go through a loop kind of thing. Oh, Gotchki coming in with a raid of 19 people. Wow. Wow. Thank you for that raid, folks. Gotchki, my name is Haunted. We're working on a model called Pearl Musgrove today. She's got a little sassy hat on. I haven't painted it yet. Thank you very much for that raid. Welcome in, peoples. If you aren't already following Play Weird, please do so. Follows are free. Don't cost you nothing. You'll be a lot cooler if you did. Yeah. We always need more weirdos here. It's the only place where being a weirdo is a good thing. Okay, I'm going to just finish up these little bitty straps here. And I'm going to go drop Gotchki a follow and see what they do. Let me do that real quick. Okay. All right, Gotchki, I got you followed now, so I'll be able to see what you do when you're streaming next. Most welcome, man. Appreciate it. It has big Rob Ross vibes. Yeah, I did. I even did the little Bob Ross oil painting on one stream before, painting happy little trees and happy little mountains. Assembling the Pathfinder with his clockwork traps at the moment. Very nice, Pencil. Monday is the next one. All right, cool. I will try and stop by then. Happy little accidents. Yep. it was fun. I don't do much oil painting, so it was a bit of a fun challenge. No accidents yet. Just we were talking about our. It was said that I have a Bob Ross vibe, and I was talking about the happy little trees and happy little mountains. I painted as a miniature oil painting on one of the streams here. You have to go for now. It's late. All right. Well, thank you so much for bringing your people over to my people, Gotchki, or our people. Hope you have a great night, and thanks again. Get this wood started here on the shotgun's pump. Again, what the hell they call that? Grip, pump grip. That doodad that the hand goes on that makes it go. That thing. The thumb palette. Yes. Well, I'm glad that was a deciding factor. That's fantastic. I actually have a 3D printed thumb palette made. I just haven't gotten around to using it yet. That's a sign for a nice painter. I kind of agree. I feel like that's that's where good painters go, is to their thumb, because it's quick, it's easy, it's right there. No, one of our other painters, he paints his thumbnail. Doug, he does the thumbnail, but I could never keep it reserved in that one spot. Only pros paint their thumb. Nice. Thumb palette army unite. Fantastic. Where that makes me decide I may not be using that thumb palette, the little 3D printed one now. If people actually raid for that, man, I'll just have to keep doing it. Maybe that's the point. I screwed up in the past. Next time I try, I forget practicing. Just paint. Yep, there you go. Gotta paint that thumb. Just working on the butt of the shotgun right now, or the rifle. Okie doke. So, get us a little bit. We kind of ruined most of our blue with earlier painting, but we're going to come back in and bring it back in a little bit. Especially right here at the trigger. The minis are rare. Nice. Yep. It's kind of been like an ongoing joke in my streams about the thumb palette. So nice to see it recognized. Not only recognized, but celebrated. Don't need to touch that up. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're just working up the metal on the shotgun. We're not going with chrome or anything like that, but we're trying to imply it's a little bit shiny. Not just pure black, because pure black is boring. All right, now I'm going to pull in a little bit of our gray, coal black, whatever the hell this color is. Dear God, could we slam the door a little harder? Okay, got a little bit of the barrel there going on. Okay, here we go. Got a little right back here. Like that. I am streaming from Georgia, actually Georgia times 2 because I'm in Northeast Georgia, and Weird is in Metro Atlanta Marietta area. So we're both in Georgia. That is true. Yep, we do. We're a melting pot here. We had one. was Dino from Australia? I can't remember where he was from. German. Nice. Very cool. Yeah. There's one, I cannot remember his name. Seems like it's WH40K Tank, if I remember, but he's a German. He's really good painter. I watch his stream more, but he does speak English. But 99% of his viewers are German, so he's always in German mode. So other than like a hi, how are you? That's about all the English I get. So I mean, if he were English speaking, I'd probably watch a stream all the time. I still do occasionally, pop it on just to, be there as a viewer, right? Or to count as a viewer, because that doesn't cost you anything. Order miniatures and nice. I will definitely have to give him a look. Like I said, I dropped him a follow. So I will definitely be checking this channel out. Let's see here. Where do I want to go next? We got that shotgun pretty well wrapped up for the metal. Let's go ahead and drop some edging on the wood here. That might be a little bright. We'll see. Every time I think I have too big a pile of shame, watch them and you're good to go. I need somebody like, no, I really don't. I do need somebody like that in my life, though. Ooh, that went on a lot strong, guys. We got to tone that back. Way too much. The hell was I thinking? It's okay. We'll just blend that stuff right back down. Yeah, just like that. Boom. Boom. I meant to do that. It looks better that way. All right, let's see here. Got that. Let's get a little bit up here on the edge of this grip or the chick thing, that you chuck another shell in the chamber with. I don't know what you call it, but that thing. Go. I feel like she's off screen a lot. Let's move my camera back a wee bit. What's my favorite keyword in Malifaux? Oof. Good question. I can't tell you a favorite. I will tell you what my current favorite is. How about that? The current favorite right now is witness, because that's what I'm working on the side as my witness keyword. So working on Damien, his puzzle box. Bella. The big old rock golem, Lolith or Lohith or whatever his name is. So yeah. So this is my current favorite. But if I had to say favorite, probably anything Bayou. I love Bayou. They're wacky and crazy, and I love them. So I actually started out Neverborn, And I just found they just weren't monstery enough for me. So I went with the Gremlins. All right, let's work on this rope here. I think we're gonna go a pretty light rope because, well, it's a very. I do have the Nightmare keyword, and it's probably my favorite Neverborn one. Here's LCV. Do I have Dreamer up here? He is not present. Yeah, I definitely like the second edition model much better. I even like the second edition Dreamer better. I know, he's grown up and stuff, but I like the little model much better, carrying his little teddy bear that's actually like a monster. When we get to the end of the stream and the socials are popped up, you can look under the Nightmare keyword on my Facebook page and see how they're painted up. I don't have them all there because I haven't finished basing them all. Looks like we're doing a Lasso of Truth Wonder Woman lasso here. That yellow. We'll lighten it up, don't worry. But right now that's the base color we're going with. I like the MT Dreamer model too. Little tire boy. Yeah, exactly. It was definitely what got me into Malifaux, that particular core box. Although it wasn't the first one I bought, it was what got it on the map. Like that, I think that box has gotten more people to look at Malifaux than anything else. Has been the old M2 Nightmare box. I ended up getting Lilith as my starting kit. Lilith and Lady Justice, because those were told. I was told those were relatively straightforward keywords, or well, they weren't keywords at the time. Those were relatively straightforward crews that weren't that hard to start with. So I went and got those, and then of course 2 weeks later, 3E beta was announced, and Lilith was going to Dead Man's Hand. I still had everything in shrink wrap, so I took it back to the hobby store, and I got Pandora's core and Dreamer's core instead. I still ended up keeping the Lady Justice one. Ooh. Well, that just tells me what kind of person you are. Jackdaw. He was one of the earlier crews I painted. Painted him up relatively early, just because he was a fun looking keyword. I mean, like fun looking, as in model wise. You had old Lurch and the Guilty. I like them. So that was one of the first ones I painted up. Don't do. No, they're back there, so I can't go get those. Otherwise, I would show you my Guilty. They're nothing too beautiful. I did them in a single stream, so like 8 hours. I painted the whole crew. But they're just like tabletop. Yeah, I have yet to play it. I've heard it's really one of those things that you can you torture the player. It's kind of a war of attrition with them. But I've heard he's not so good in Gaining Grounds 3 because of um, the way the strats and schemes work out. That the second version, the title version, is a little bit better at working Gaining Grounds 3, which that's great. That gives you the option. You have original vanilla version that you can play in the older GG0 or GG1. And then you can still play the title effectively in GG3, which I think is good. Okay, I'm hoping that reads right, that rope on her side. If it doesn't, we can always come back and do it with a different color set, I think. But I think I'm going to say it's okay. I just stuck my finger right in the red. Right there. And then we're going to start painting all the buckles and straps and all the doo-doo stuff there. All these little bits and pieces here. I think the Wild West stuff is probably the most challenging because of all the leather bits and bobs on there that you either have to come up with different schemes or different paint styles to get, to differentiate each of those pieces. I always struggle with them because like brown is like one of my least, or browns are one of my least favorite colors to paint. So I feel like these are always a challenge. Half past 11 here. Time to go to bed. No problem, Pink Pencil. Have a great night. Hope you sleep well. And hope we can catch you here again sometime. Hang on, before you leave, let me drop the social link. That way you can follow me and us. So Well, that's theirs. I was hoping to do mine, but yeah. That doesn't do the one I was thinking of. It's haunted. That's it. Dadgummit. I messed up. This one. There we go. There's my social link. Those are also weirds above it. So now you can find us and stalk us and all that good stuff. Now have a good night, pencil. Got to go to bed too, Elo. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out again. Appreciate it. Hope to see you again sometime. Getting those edges cut in here for the belts. We're trying to. Okay, I'm gonna get this little holster kind of set up here. See you, pencil. Okay. Come back in here. I know I painted it out earlier, but I'm going to put that dark back in there because we need that. And then we're going to come back and paint that little fringe back. If I can, because the paint has about dried. On my beautiful wet palette, the paint has become dry. Because wet palette does not mean anything these days. Okay. We're also going to do a little bit of gray here on this buckle. I'm going to put on my big glasses for that. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we need some shading right in here too. A little separation. There we go. There we go. That's more what I was wanting. Now we got some separation here. So we're just kind of cutting these edges back in a little bit with a lighter, slightly lighter color. Cut a little bit of shade here. Give us some separation between that loop in there and that loop there. Okay. A little bit more lighter tone there. And up here on the buckle as well, of course. Well, that just went everywhere and I didn't want it to. That's okay. It'll take but a second to fix that. Okay, we're going to come in here and work on this buckle a little bit. No, we'll just go to straight white, or mostly straight white here. Just a little dib dab right there. Right there. And right there. Her buckle's done. So I do the other belt too, but not super duper worried. I'm just going to touch up this little trigger guard just a wee bit here. Go. And yeah. Really all we need to work on then is this belt here. And I honestly think I'm going to do it black. I'm going to leave it black or do it black, whichever. So that's going to mean some touch-ups here and there and everywhere. That'll save me trying to paint a different brown color in this area. By doing a black belt. And she has looks like she's got a like a rodeo style buckle there. That'd be fun. Yeah, we're wrapping up soon. 10 whole minutes. I think we've done pretty good. We got we basically got her painted other than her hat, and this belt and her boots. Well, her belt, boots. Okay, so that wouldn't take horribly long. We might be able to finish it up in 10 minutes. At least her boots. We won't be able to do the hat in boots. But yeah, we've done pretty decent, I think. It makes me happy. I like getting a miniature done in a stream. Or almost an entire miniature done in a stream. Means I've not completely lost my edge. What's the no for? You don't want to connect with me? Fine. Fine, Legion. That's fine. You just be that way. Oh, stream ending. Okay. That's better. That's better. I like that. Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't want it to end either. Especially not when we're like I said, we're actually close to finishing the miniature. I hate for it to end. It's like I want to just keep going. let's get this belt buckles done. Mm, 6 minutes. That's going to be tight. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it or not. With buckle and boots to do. We shall see. We're just buckling down on this belt. Her. Well, that did not want to do what I wanted it to. It went right in that recess. There we go. Got it back out. Okay. We just got way too much water loaded up there. Not where I wanted it. All right, got the belt buckle done. 4 minutes. Can we do the boots, guys? Can we do the boots in 4 minutes? That will be a challenge. We'll see. We shall see. I'm trying, damn it. Trying. We're close. 3 minutes. Well, 2 minutes. I think we got it, guys. We have got it in the bag. Except I got way too much water in my brush. Oh no. Oh no. That's not what I wanted. Correct that baby up a little bit. Alrighty, did it. These are done. All we did black is her hat. I think we did pretty freaking good today, guys. Yeah, I am okay with that. So, thank you all for coming out and joining me. Thank you, Gotchka, for that raid earlier. It was really good. Brought some people in that were nice and chatty. I appreciate that. I will check out your stream later. Again, if you have not already dropped follows, drop one for him as well, but drop one for me and drop one for Weird and drop one for our other streamers, because they're free. They don't cost anything. So anyways, thanks everybody for hanging out, and we will see you next